that just tells you everything that we've been telling you. This is just confirmation. And what's hilarious is this is confirmation from the people that want to pay the money. Sponsors. Oh man, Angel Reese fans are going to be pissed.
Angel Reese is attracting attention, but not the kind that excites sponsors. Rather than embracing her with high-profile endorsements, many brands are beginning to distance themselves. Adding to the speculation, her highly anticipated signature Reebok shoe, scheduled for release in 2026, is now rumored to be in jeopardy as concerns grow over the stability of the deal.
I thought Angel Reese was a big deal. I thought she was a box office draw. According to her pretend friends in the mainstream media, Angel Reese is a huge star.
This season, Reese is shooting 44.4% from the field, a figure that might seem solid at first glance. However, most of her attempts come from right under the basket, where professional players usually convert at rates between 70% and 80%. Instead, Reese has turned basketball's most basic shot into a gamble, a trend analysts have dubbed the Angel Reese effect, where even the simplest opportunities become unexpectedly difficult.
We have commentators laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it, blocked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Let me let me get real serious real quick. Angel, come on, man.
Angel Reese, in what she clearly thought was a stroke of marketing genius, strategically planned to unveil her Reebok shoe during the All-Star game. She had it all mapped out. The stage would be set in Indianapolis. Caitlin Clark would be there as a co-captain, drawing massive viewership, and Angel would steal the spotlight with her signature footwear debut. It was supposed to be her moment to capitalize on what everyone calls the Caitlin Clark effect.
This was an epic embarrassment, bro. Remember, this is a pro basketball player. Won a national championship. Their calling card they'd like to hang over is she beat Caitlin Clark. Remember that. Watch this.
And also with the miss, Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
Are you serious, guys? Look at this.
Instead, what happened was a masterpiece of bad timing that would make Murphy's Law look like an understatement. Caitlin Clark suffered a right groin injury on July 15th, just days before the All-Star festivities. The injury not only kept Clark out of the three-point contest, but also sidelined her from the main event, the very showcase that Ree was counting on to maximize her shoe's visibility.
Angel Reese 100% has benefited from attaching herself to Caitlin Clark at every single turn. She used Caitlin Clark as promo. Now with Reebok, she's using. This is nonstop. She has attached herself to Caitlin Clark at every single turn, and she has benefited.
If you are enjoying, please subscribe. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Angel Reese, who has spent considerable energy trying to position herself as Clark's equal or superior, suddenly found herself desperately needing Clark's star power to make her own moment matter. Without Clark on the court, the All-Star game lost its biggest draw, and with it went Angel's perfectly orchestrated marketing plan. The viewership numbers told the story. Without Clark playing, the audience engagement dropped significantly, leaving Angel's shoe debut to fall flat in front of a much smaller crowd than she anticipated.
Shaq and Allen Iverson are going to go and do what they can to promote their player. Like, even still here, you had the Angel Reese saying that she was, taking over Indiana, and there's about 15 fans there. And more than wearing Caitlin Clark merch than her merch. She pulls up with about 15 fans, and I'm like, take over, Angel, take over. This is her city now. And I'm like, and she's never won a game in Indiana.
The basketball gods, it seems, have a sense of humor. Here was Angel Reese, who had been vocal about her own star power and ability to draw crowds, suddenly realizing that she had been banking on her supposed rival's presence to legitimize her own brand. The All-Star game that was supposed to be her coronation became instead a stark reminder of just how much the WNBA success and her own marketing opportunities depend on Caitlin Clark. Now, Angel is absolutely fuming, and sources close to the situation suggest she's directing her anger at Clark for having the audacity to get injured at the most inconvenient time possible. The timing couldn't have been worse for someone who had been planning this moment for months, coordinating with Reebok's marketing team to ensure maximum exposure during what should have been the league's most watched event.
Because Clark takes over every single trap she goes to. In fact, they gotta expand the trap so she can take over more real estate. Every single place she goes to. I mean, there is zero argument to possibly be made that she isn't the biggest attraction, the one that brings the most attention, whatever. It's not even worth talking about.
But the misfortune didn't stop there. Angel's own body decided to join the conspiracy against her carefully laid plans. She suffered a back injury that has kept her sidelined for multiple games, missing for the Sky last 5 contests. The injury has been described as day-to-day, but with no concrete timetable for return, Angel found herself watching from the sidelines as her team continued their spectacular spiral downward. The Chicago Sky, meanwhile, have been providing their own brand of entertainment. If you enjoy watching basketball, teams find creative ways to lose games. Currently sitting at a dismal 8-21 record, the Sky are on an 8-game losing streak that coincided perfectly with Angel's injury absence. The team has managed to drop games left.
Sponsors assured him Clark, coming to his organization, would rake in cash hand over fist. But, quote, they didn't tell us the same thing about Angel Reese. She's not the draw, folks. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Quote, I don't know if we can make that same offer. Cube initially sent the offer Clark's way when she was an Iowa Hawkeye.
Reebok's basketball division, under the leadership of Shaquille O'Neal, made Angel Reese their marquee signing, positioning her as a face of their basketball revival. They invested heavily in her brand, creating the Reebok by Angel collection and planning an entire signature shoe line around her personality and playing style. But personality and style can't overcome fundamental basketball incompetence. And that's exactly what the world has been witnessing. The signature shoe announcement, which should have been a celebration of athletic achievement and brand synergy, instead became a case study in how quickly things can go wrong. The dime
Boy, to get popped by 40 at home. Now I'm seeing the Sky fans. It's some Sky fans going at Angel Reese. Sky fans is going at Angel Reese. And I didn't even think about this. Okay, so Angel Reese, you sat out the game before the All-Star game. Then you played in the All-Star game. Then you played one game and said, okay, your back is hurting. Now you're not playing. I don't know. I don't know. Look, the Sky fans is bringing it up, not me. They bringing it up. Look. Don't get mad at me.
The psychological impact of watching carefully laid plans crumble due to circumstances beyond her control has clearly taken its toll. Sources suggest that Angel's frustration has been building since the All-Star game disappointment, and her subsequent injury has only amplified those feelings. She's reportedly been vocal about her belief that Clark's injury ruined everything, as if the basketball gods conspired specifically to sabotage her moment. But perhaps the most telling aspect of this entire situation is what it reveals about Angel's strategic thinking. The fact that she was counting on Caitlin Clark's presence to maximize her own visibility speaks volumes about the actual dynamics of their supposed rivalry. It suggests that despite all the public posturing about being equals, Angel understood that Clark's star power was essential for her own success. The Reebok
great ideas, wants to bring in talent to grow Reebok and like have people wear it again because no one does. So one of his genius decisions was this. Fucking signing her, Angel Reese. If you don't know who she is, she's the queen of like fish out of water going after a rebound that she shot herself and can get in the net ever. She reminds me of a 3-year-old shooting on those little kids' nets and throwing the ball and just completely missing the mark.